Let me tell you something right now. There's a difference, a big difference between being a good man and being a nice guy. A good man has strength, purpose, and direction. A nice guy, he's looking for approval. He's waiting for permission. And let me be real with you, that ain't how you win in life. You ever notice how the nice guy is always the one getting stepped on, ignored, looked past? That's because he's afraid to stand up, afraid to speak his mind, afraid to set boundaries. He's so worried about keeping people happy that he forgets his own happiness. Let me make this plain for you. Being nice ain't the same as being strong. You think people respect nice? No, they respect authenticity. They respect conviction. They respect a man who stands firm, who says what he means and means what he says. You want to stop being the nice guy? Then listen to me. You got to stop living for approval. Stop waiting for permission to be great. Stop holding your tongue when you should be speaking your truth. Stop saying yes to everybody just because you're afraid to say no. You need to own your space, own your decisions, own your voice. And that doesn't mean being a jerk. That doesn't mean being selfish. It means you stop betraying yourself just to keep other people comfortable. It means you stop apologizing for being strong. It means you stop shrinking yourself to fit in. It means you step into the world like a man on a mission, not a man waiting for approval. So today, make the decision right now to stop being a nice guy. Be a strong man, a bold man, a real man. Because when you know your worth, when you stop begging for it, you become unstoppable. Let me tell you something right now. Too many men out here living their lives like they're walking on eggshells. Afraid to speak up. Afraid to take up space. Afraid to be real. And why? Because they've been taught that being nice is the way to be. That if they just go along with what everyone wants, everything will work out fine. But life don't work like that. Life respects strength. Life respects truth. And if you're stuck in the trap of being the nice guy, it's time to wake up. One of the biggest mistakes a man can make is living for the approval of others. Look around. So many people are chasing validation like it's oxygen. They need someone to tell them they're good enough. They need someone to pat them on the back to say, hey, you're doing a great job. But here's the truth. If you're waiting for approval, you've already lost. You will never be enough for people who don't respect you. And the moment you start seeking their validation, you give away your power. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need anyone to tell you what you're worth. You decide that. When you stop living for other people's opinions, you free yourself. You walk different. You talk different. You move with confidence because you know deep down you don't need anybody to confirm what you already know, that you are enough, that you are strong, and that you have what it takes. The next thing you gotta do is set some boundaries. A man without boundaries is like a house with no doors. Anybody can walk in and take what they want. And when you don't set limits, people will take advantage of you. They'll push you around, they'll use you for what you can give them. And the second you stop, they're gone. You gotta respect yourself enough to say no. No, I don't have time for that. No, I'm not okay with that. No, I will not let you walk all over me. Because when you set boundaries, you're telling the world, this is what I stand for. This is what I will and won't accept. And guess what? People will respect you more for it. They might not like it, but they will respect it. Because respect comes from strength. And strength comes from knowing your worth. Now, let's talk about something real important. Your voice. How many times have you swallowed your words, bit your tongue, kept quiet when you had something to say because you didn't want to rock the boat? Enough of that. You have a voice, you have thoughts, you have opinions, and they matter. If you believe in something, stand on it. Say it loud, say it clear. The world is not changed by people who stay silent. The world is changed by people who have the courage to speak. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying go out there and be reckless with your words. I'm saying speak with conviction. If you believe in something, don't back down just because someone else doesn't like it. Truth has a way of making people uncomfortable, but that's their problem, not yours. Another thing you got to stop doing is trying to please everybody. That is a losing battle, my friend. You will never make everyone happy, and the more you try, the more you lose yourself. You end up bending, twisting, changing, trying to fit into some version of yourself that isn't even real. And for what? To be liked? To be accepted? That's not living, that's performing. And let me tell you something. Real men don't perform. They live by their own code, they make their own choices. You have to understand this. Some people are not going to like you no matter what you do, no matter how nice you are, no matter how much you try to please them, they will still find a reason to be against you. And that's okay. Let them. Because the right people, the people who truly belong in your life, they will respect you for being real. They will respect you for standing in your truth. And those are the only people worth keeping around. Now let's talk about something that separates the strong from the weak. Purpose. A man without a mission is like a ship without a compass, just drifting, no direction, no destination. And when you're drifting, you're vulnerable. You get pulled by whatever current is strongest. Other people's opinions, other people's plans, other people's expectations. But when you have purpose, when you know exactly where you're going, you don't get tossed around by the world. You move through the world. You walk with a sense of direction. You don't waste your time on things that don't serve your mission. You don't let distractions pull you off course. You stay focused. And people feel that energy. They respect it. Because a man on a mission is powerful. A man on a mission is unstoppable. Last thing, your presence. How you carry yourself tells the world how to treat you. You ever notice how some men walk into a room and everybody turns their head? Not because they're the loudest, not because they're showing off, but because they command respect without saying a word. That's confidence. That's self-assurance. That's a man who knows who he is. And you don't get that by faking it. You get that by owning your power, by believing in yourself so deeply that it radiates off you. You don't need to be the biggest. You don't need to be the toughest. You just need to believe that you belong, that your presence matters, that when you step into a room, people should take notice, not because you demand it, but because your energy speaks for itself. The moment you stop shrinking yourself to fit in, the moment you stop second-guessing your worth, that's the moment you step into your full power. And trust me, when you do, the world will take notice.